Alright class, so today we're going to inform you of a group of people who were known as the Khazars. We will discuss things such as who they were, where they originated, and what areas they managed to conquer, the military, and most importantly, their significance in history.
The Khazars were originally a nomadic group of people who were known to be Turkic, therefore they spoke the Turkic language. They originated from Central Asia, however their date of formation is unknown due to the fact that there is still some debate in when they formed. The Khazars invaded Europe over the land route between the North and the Caspian Sea and the south end of the Ural Mountains. Soon after they moved west and conquered 25 nations that were mostly agriculture. Through this conquering, they became the Khazarian Empire, which soon became very powerful in terms of their military. In fact, their military allowed them to protect the Byzantine Empire from the attacks of the nomadic tribes from the east.
In terms of what groups the Khazars may have belonged to, they might have once been part of the Huns, and from 552 century, they might have been associated with the West Turkic Empire. However, the groups in which they were affiliated and is widely debated, not yet determined.
In regards to the area in which they expanded to, they seem to have developed in areas such as Western Hungary, along with the eastward side of the Aral Sea, likewise expanding between the Black and Caspian Sea, north to the Upper Volga, and finally to the southern region of Caucasus Mountains.
Their control of the Caucasus Mountains allowed them to prevent the Muslim conquest of the Eastern Europe, given that if the Arabs attempted to go past the Caucasus Mountains, they would have had to confront the Khazars' military, which would then prevent them from entering. The restriction that the Khazars' military held against the Arabs resulted in a war with the Arabs, known as the Arab-Khazar Wars, that lasted many years. These wars always ended in defeat for the Arabs. Although many times these were overlooked, they had a great impact in forming medieval Europe. In relation to their religion, the Khazars believed in shamanists, who were known to practice the worship of spirits. It is said that the Khazars would even sacrifice animals during these practices. During this time period, this religious belief was looked upon as unethical. However, around 740 CE, the Khazars changed their religious beliefs and adopted Judaism as their primary religion. The reason for this decision was to essentially make them an independent empire, because if they had accepted the religion of Christianity or Islam, they would have fallen under the authority of the Roman Emperor or the Caliph of Baghdad.
In accepting Judaism as their primary religion, the Khazarian Empire quickly stood as a place of hope for all the Jewish believers, due to the fact that they were often being prosecuted everywhere else because of their religious beliefs. The Khazarian Empire soon flourished with Jewish believers.
In spite of the enormous impact the Khazars had for those of the Judaism religion, we are still left to wonder what exactly was their biggest significance in history. Well, Khazarian Empire was greatly a crucial trade route in connecting Asia and Europe. For instance, the Silk Road was linked between China, Central Asia, and Europe, and was served to trade things such as jewelry, honey, silk furs, and much more. These trade routes helped the Khazarians to grow their civilization, in which we examine today.
Unfortunately, after all their impact in history, the Khazarian Empire ended in defeat. In 965 CE, when they were invaded and conquered by a group known as Rus. The fall of the Khazarian Empire left the people who once lived under their rule to migrate to places such as Israel and Central Asia, thus leaving the Khazarian to be left behind in history.